Demand on your care, combating frailty and sarcopenia. Frailty and sarcopenia. Frailty and sarcopenia are important conditions that become increasingly prevalent with age. Let's learn about what frailty and sarcopenia are. Frailty is not a disease. Frailty is a geriatric syndrome resulting from multisystem declines in physiological reserves. Apart from declines in physical function, reduced appetite, weight loss, fatigue, cognitive impairment, and social isolation also contribute to frailty. In a local study in 2014, about 1 in 8, 12.5% of community-dwelling population age 65 and above, had frailty. Pre-frailty was also found to be common. More than half, 52.4% of the community-dwelling population age 65 and above, were pre-frail. The prevalence of frailty increased with age, being 5.1% for people aged 65 to 69 years and 16.8% for those aged 75 years and above, being greater in women compared with men, which is 13.9% and 4.2%. Sarcopenia is a musculoskeletal disorder characterized by progressive loss of muscle mass, loss of muscle strength, and/or low physical performance, with a risk of adverse outcomes. It affects 10 to 20% of older adults worldwide. In Hong Kong, the prevalence of sarcopenia among community-dwelling people aged 65 and above was 9.0%. Sarcopenia affects the development of frailty syndrome. Compared with non-frail older adults, frail older adults are more likely to be sarcopenic. Frailty and sarcopenia share many similarities and are closely related, especially in terms of the physical function impairment, including weak muscle strength, slow gait speed, and poor balance. However, frailty and sarcopenia are not equivalent. Why are frailty and sarcopenia important? Frailty and sarcopenia are both associated with an increased risk of poor outcome, like trouble performing normal daily activities, falls, and bone fractures. Increased disability, diminished quality of life, loss of independence, more and longer hospital visits, and eventually the need for long-term care and institutionalization. Fortunately, frailty and sarcopenia are not an obligatory part of the aging process, and they are reversible. Community screening program is proven to be useful in early identification, prevention and delay of the onset of frailty and sarcopenia among older adults, as much as possible to enhance survival and to reduce the demand for long-term care. To postpone and reverse frailty and/or sarcopenia, we should maintain a balanced diet with adequate intake of protein, vitamins, and calcium. Exercise regularly, including aerobic, resistance, balance, and flexibility exercises. Be socially active. A good brain health can be achieved by participating more cognitive activity and social gathering. People who interact frequently with family, relatives, friends and neighbors are slower to have cognitive degeneration. Stay positive. Self-affirmation and positive thinking are very important in healthy aging. Let's go to the following videos to learn more about the diet and exercise to combat frailty and sarcopenia. Please visit our website, Facebook and YouTube channel for more information on elder care. Before you leave, remember to like and subscribe our channel.